If the nose of this Chevy pickup truck reminds you of the 55 Chevy Bel Air, that's very intentional. 1955 was the year that Chevrolet redesigned the front of the pickup truck to emulate the look of the Chevy passenger car, right down to the egg crate grille, the hooded headlamps, and basically the chrome bumper. All this stuff is kind of a 11/10 scale 55 Bel Air on display right here. Beautiful restoration right here, but with a lot of custom touches, including this red cinnamon ruby paint right here, which is something that was not available in 1955 on a Chevy pickup truck. But again, just well done restomod, you might say. Something else you could not get in 1955 was 22-inch diameter aluminum wheels or four-wheel disc brakes, which have been added to this one in a very tasteful representation. The wraparound windshield here, new for 1955, which was the cutting edge thing in Detroit styling. Wraparound windshields, 1956 or 54. This would have been a much more blobby, lumpy looking pickup truck. So with that said, 55 is the year that Chevrolet passenger car styling trickled over to the pickup truck style right here. Inside, beautifully rendered, custom bench seat, billet steering wheel. And this one has a 4L80E automatic overdrive transmission, a 6-liter LS type engine under the hood, and really beautifully rendered inside, way nicer than any Task Force 55 Chevy pickup ever would be. Now this one is a step side right here, and again the beautiful work in the body and paint on this one here. The rear axle has been set into the bed. We can see it's been lowered, and these little mini tubs in the pickup bed allow the suspension to be lowered and give the truck a mean stance from the side profile. Inside the bed, stainless steel rub strips here, and of course inlays here in some sort of a hardwood that's been dyed a gray color to give a nice tasteful contrast to the ruby red paint on the rest of the truck. So a beautiful example right here of how 1955 Chevrolet passenger cars and pickup trucks shared very similar styling. If you know your Ford F-Series pickup trucks, you know by the round headlights, this is a 1978. 1979 brought rectangular headlights to the F-Series pickup truck line. So again, 78 F-150 four-wheel drive. Now something else seen in this one here, it's four-wheel drive as I mentioned. This one has a standard beam axle with coil springs. Now in 1965, two-wheel drive Ford pickup trucks had something called the twin I-beam suspension. 1980 brought the twin traction beam, which would be an articulated four-wheel drive system. This has the standard pre-1980 solid axle and coil springs up front. But with that said, it has been lifted, and I see lift blocks here at the suspension hard point, so it has about a 2-inch lift, I would dare say. Great looking truck, great stance, but again, it has a lift kit, but don't look for the twin traction beam. That would arrive in 1980. This is 78. Of course, this has the standard locking hubs, the Jeep Quadra-Track system, which was an automatic four-wheel drive system, which didn't have to be locked in. But the thing with this is if you're off-road, you have to get out into the mud and the dirt to lock in the front hub so that you have four-wheel drive and get out of the mud pit that you might be stuck in, or the snow, whichever one. But this is a great example right here of the Ford F-150 Custom 1978, last year for round headlights on the F-Series pickups. Inside, this one has the column-shifted C6 automatic with a manual in and out shifter on the floor there for 4 low, 4 high, and of course, once again, the low gear would be good for like climbing, steep grades, off-road trails, and of course the 4 high would be better for, higher speeds. Stock interior, very crisp, very nicely done. Front velour bench seat up there, and the shifters up on the steering column, of course, the automatic on this one, and nicely rendered inside. An aftermarket sunroof. Fine, nothing wrong with that. Gotta love it. And then here's the step side bed. You could also get the flare side bed, but this is the base step side bed, more utilitarian. And of course you can step here, load your cargo inside. Got the style bar, the roll bar right here with some Casey highlight off-road lights. You can go into the woods and go hunting deer. Don't do it, don't get caught, and jacking deer is illegal. But anyway, there's the lights for doing that. And at the back of this we see again the lift kit, the leaf springs in the back. You can see the lift kit, the shackles extended, the blocks between the axle tube and the leaf springs on this one here. So it's got a great, tough guy stance. And the black paint on this is a mouth-watering piece. Very good example of the 1978 final year for the round headlight F-Series pickup.